Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So real quick before we get into the deck profile, I did just hit 2,500 subscribers, and so I just kind of wanted to sneak it in here. I didn't want to make a whole separate video for it because not everyone watches those, so I thought I'd just be a little sneaky and kind of just thank you guys for all your support and watching my videos. And I know I have a lot to improve on for the channel to get to my end goal where I want the channel to be. But overall, I think this channel is doing exactly what I wanted to, in just getting ideas out to you guys and all kinds of different deck profiles. So I hope you guys are enjoying everything so far. And let's get right into this deck profile. So this is going to be my Chaos deck. In my top 10 budget decks, I had this as number 2, only behind the Rocket Dragon Link deck. I think this is an extremely strong deck. It's not as budget as a lot of the other decks that were in that list, mostly because of just a couple cards. Chaos Creator is fairly expensive, obviously. Levianeer, it got a reprint. It's not too bad. And then specifically in an extra deck, this Chaos Ruler is crazy expensive. But other than that, every other card in the main deck is super cheap, and the extra deck is not too bad. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'll stop my blabbing. Starting off with one of the best, I guess, special summons as far as the Chaos goes. It's just an easy one, and it fits in perfect with everything, mostly because it's a level 4. So this card cannot be normal summoned, but you can special summon it by just banishing a light or dark monster. And then if this card is banished, you can send any light or dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can't activate that card's effects, so you can't send like a wolf and then activate its effect right away. But so usually for that, I'm trying to send maybe like some of the Performages. So then the following turn, then I can do some stuff with them. I guess mostly just damage juggler. But yeah, it's a good card, easy card to get out. So yeah, that one is super important. And then we do have the one Chaos Creator. I feel you only need one. It is, obviously an expensive card. It's not a must, definitely not, but obviously easy to search off of Chaos Space. You get that to your hand, and then again, you banish one light and one dark monster. And then if this card was special summoned from the hand, you can target 3 banished monsters with different names, special summon one of them, and then the rest place on the bottom of the deck. So that's really good, obviously, for just recurring maybe whatever you just banished off of Valkyria, special summon it back. It just allows for some crazy combos. So I think it is a necessary card. I don't think it's necessary at 3, definitely not, but a one of, that you could search again off your Chaos Space is just a really powerful card. And then we have the 2 Chaos Dragon Levianeer. This is, again, another really good one to have in your hand. Because if you have to banish 3 monsters, light or dark, any combination. If they're all light, you can special summon a monster from your graveyard in defense position. If they're all dark, you can shuffle 1 random card from your opponent's hand into the deck. And if they're light and dark, you can destroy up to 2 cards on the field. So just all 3 effects are amazing with that card. And then kind of still a part of that Chaos engine. 1 White Dragon Wyver Burster, and 1 Black Dragon. They're amazing. Usually that's actually the cards you want to search off of your Chaos Space if you do happen to draw a Chaos Space, because those cards are crazy. You can summon one out, and then when it leaves the field, like when you link away with it, you can then add the other one. So really good. And along with the Chaos, you might have just seen it, I'm doing Lightsworn. I feel that that's one of the best combinations you can do. There's also like Thunder Dragon Chaos. That deck is not very cheap at all. It's kind of a little more on the higher end price. So yeah, I'm going with a more budget engine, I guess you could say, with the Lightsworns, but they're still very good. These are ideally going to be your normal summons. So we got 3 Raiden, 3 Wolf, and I'm even in this build going with 3 Felice, and then the final one is 2 Lumina. So this is usually the one I'm going to be searching off of, like Charge of the Light Brigade and stuff like that. So I really don't need to see this in every hand. Wolf and Felice are at 3, just so that you can get maximum advantage out of using your effects of like Minerva or Charge of the Light Brigade, sending them to the grave, and then getting a free special summon. And then Raiden is usually your first normal summon. Obviously, if you have Lumina and Raiden, usually Lumina is going to be your first normal summon, but Raiden sends, normal summon it, and then you send 2 to the grave just right away. So really nice card. And then we're also playing the Dangers, playing the 1 Jackalope, the 1 Tsuchinoko, the 1 Nessie. Those were kind of the best ones. Not level wise though, just their effects are really good. Level wise, we really want to see this Mothman. He's a level 4. He also, if you discard him, you can draw 1 card and discard a card. So that again just fits in with everything that we want here. And then we're doing the 1 Chupacabra just to have another level 4. He's obviously not as good as Mothman because you're going to be able to, you have to have a danger in your graveyard, and then you can special summon 1 if he's discarded, so still decent. And then of course they're all draw power when you special summon them, so you draw 1. And then the final engine we're playing is the Performage engine, just 1 damage juggler, 1 trick clown, and 1 hat tricker. Just again, more easy level 4s, because ideally with this you want to get to Minerva like right away, and then that just gets everything going, gets you so many effects off. Really good. So that's it for the monsters. And for the spells, of course, one of the best ones, Chaos Space. You have to send a light or dark monster from your hand, and then you can add any light or dark monster that cannot be normal or normal summoned. So yeah, that's basically, and it's a level between 4 and 8. So that's your whole Chaos engine, basically. Really nice to be able to just search any of them out with this card. And you can also banish this card from the graveyard and target one of your banished light or dark monsters, place it on the bottom of the deck, and then draw a card. So search and draw with this card. Really good. And then the main reason for playing the Lightsworns is for this card right here. Charge of the Light Brigade. It's cost to send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, and then you can add a level 4 lower Lightsworn from your deck to your hand. So it is absolutely amazing. It's the key card, at least for the Lightsworn engine. And then Solar Recharge is just can be just really, really good, especially if you draw another one off of it and have a couple Lightsworns in hand. Basically, you just discard Lightsworn, draw 2, and send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Literally everything that this deck wants is in this card right here. Really good. And then the last 2 cards, just a Foolish Burial, send whatever you need to the grave. Heck, even just send a wolf straight to the grave to then just get a free summon of level 4. So simple as that. And then the final card is just another draw card, Pot of Avarice. Even turn 1, this is going to be live. You're going to have 5 monsters in the graveyard super easily with this deck. So you just get a free draw 2. Really nice. So that's the main deck. Extra deck, going with 2 Minerva. Again, it's kind of the key card. So you want to make it, make it first turn, make it second turn, and probably win at that point. If you get 2 off, play a Abyss Dweller. Usually don't make it, but against certain matchups, that's going to kill them. So sometimes it is nice to make that. And then Dugaris is usually the one if I just need something else in my hand, because this allows you to draw 2 and then discard 1 is one of the effects. That's usually the effect I use, especially with this deck. So yeah, that's just really nice to get another couple cards to work with. And then Hope Harbinger is our rank 8, because it is actually fairly easy to go into like level 8 synchros or some of our level 8 chaos monsters that we have. Levianeer, the Chaos Creator are level 8, so pretty easy to get to him if you want to. And then we play a Michael, the Arch Lightsworn, He's getting rid of just target a card on the field and banish it. So that's super nice for against certain decks. But then it's also just another light with a different type. So it's a dragon type to potentially go into like a Curious if you need to. But yeah, just a decent card. And then our level 8 synchros, we got a Borload Savage, which is very good for negates. And then Chaos Ruler is just an amazing card because not only do you get it out, you can then link it away and then summon it right back to the field. And when it is actually synchro summoned, you're going to excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, add any excavated light or dark monster, which is crazy, and then send the remaining cards to the graveyard. And then, yeah, and like I said, you just can recur him back to the field by banishing a light and a dark monster from your hand or graveyard. So they're both really good. Again, he's maybe not completely necessary, but just based off of his price. But if you can get him, he is probably one of the best cards in this extra deck, other than Minerva. So yeah, really, really good. Then for our links, Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion. When this card is link summoned, you're going to send a card from your deck to the graveyard. So any card, usually like a Wolf or a Felice. And then if a card is sent from your deck to the graveyard, you send the top 3 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard as well. So you're basically getting 4 cards to the graveyard just based off of this one. And then we also are playing an IP Masquerena. Really important, if you can end with an IP Masquerena, a Borload, and a Hope Harbinger, you can't really ask for much more than that. And then we play the Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, usually for going second, or with IP Masquerena, going into Unicorn is nice. Then we play Darkness Metal. So he's really cool. It's a link 4, so you don't always go into him, but you target one of your monsters that is banished or in your graveyard and special summon it to a zone that this card points to in defense position, but its effects are negated. And you can't special summon link monsters, so usually what you're special summoning off of him from the grave or wherever is like a level 8, so then you can go into like a Hope Harbinger or level 4, so you can go into some like Xyz stuff is usually what he helps you with. Just a really good card. And then Appaloosa, if you don't go into IP Masquerena, usually you try to go into Appaloosa or go into IP Masquerena, and then on your opponent's turn go into Appaloosa. It's kind of what you want to do, because you have plenty of like spell negates, spell trap, you have plenty of like spell and trap negates, but not too many monster negates. So Appaloosa is really nice. And then for going second, Boral Sword is of course one of the best for that. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. I think it's really good. Obviously, I placed it at second in top 10 budget decks for this coming format. It's not as budget as it was when I made that list, but it still is budget enough, I feel, and definitely competitive enough. But yeah, so this is Danger Chaos Lightsworn deck. Really fun. Try it out, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.